Alright, everybody, I guess it's time for Omega Mouse. Ugh. Ugh. Yeah, okay, so the game starts with voice acting of a terrible variety, and then it gets very boring as you are dropped into an unskippable tutorial, which takes entirely too long to get through because the button mappings are wrong and you can't change them. And then you get dropped into you wander around until you find the part where you can start doing missions, and those missions are to kill 10 enemies, which are all black cats, which, by the way, I live for my black cat. Like, she's my antidepressants, in addition to the ones I already take. So yeah, anyway, fact is that you run around, you're trying to kill the black cats, and you've got a special and you've got a regular weapon, and they are always running out, and you never have enough of each, and you have to be strategic about how you use them, and the game is very hard. I was originally going to give up on this game because I could not make it through the tutorial, not because it was too hard, but because the button mappings were such that I couldn't do one of the special moves that they were like, do this special move and then you get to move on, and I couldn't do it. And I was pressing every button and key that I have access to, and it wasn't doing it. It was a real pain in the butt. Anyway, I finally figured it out, made it through the tutorial, which was a pain in the butt, and I was originally going to write this off as a broken game. Mad Hack, you may or may not have been waiting to see me review that game. It's broken. It's so broken, all it does is bring up the start screen, but there's no start button, there's no nothing. It's just the character on the front of the screen, and then you can't ever get to the game. So Mad Hack is fundamentally broken, and I thought that this one was fundamentally broken as well, just because it's so badly made. It's such a bad job. It's so poorly done. The controls are mushy as all get out, you know, and for a shooter, like, you have two camera views and they're both terrible. The camera controls are dizzying. There's no stops on the camera positions, and so, like, you can literally just go, you know, 360 degrees in any direction with the camera, and so it's actually really hard to aim at things, which is, you know, not normally a problem unless, of course, you've created some sort of shooter. Oh, wait, this is a shooter. Okay, so it's massively problematic for this game. Yeah, so, like, all of the things that you need to work in this game don't really. And it's really hard to get kills. The arenas are entirely too small. Like, just objectively, they are mini. They are so small, and the enemies spawn so quickly, and it's hard to keep track of what button does what, or what key press does what, and you will find yourself dead very quickly. I have no idea how I added up 13 kills in the first mission. Pure luck, I'm guessing. Pure luck, because once I started capturing screen capture footage of this game, could not kill more than like 2, if that. And yeah, there were multiple rooms in which I could kill 0. It's so bad and unsatisfying. Like, the controls are mushy and unforgettable, and there are too many of them, and the camera control's bad, and the characters are awful, and it doesn't really feel like, you know, for a good shooter, you want a good tactile feel of the gun. You know, I love the way the gun feels in Alien Breed, the Alien Breed trilogy. I love the way the guns feel in that game. You know, just immediately the tactile sensation. And I'm not talking about force feedback. I'm talking about the combination of the graphical input of like, hey, we're telling you that your weapon is firing with a flash and a bang and a projectile with maybe a tracer or maybe some sort of indication of where it's landing, and we're pairing that with a sound effect that's very satisfying. Like, a good shooter just feels good. This is a bad shooter and it feels bad. It feels really bad. And like, I know I'm digging at the bottom of the barrel. I know where I bought this game. I know how much I paid. But also, like, I have found quality in this area before. Like, I have found games, even in this Budgetstravaganza, I found games that I'm going to be playing more of. You know, games that I'm happy that I purchased. Granted, there are only a couple, but like, they're out there. I'm happy I got some of these things. And this one, I'm not. I don't like it. I'm not happy about it. It was entirely frustrating. Not as frustrating as Mad Hack, where I just, you know, loaded it up and then pushed every button on my keyboard and on my controller and then watched it do nothing. And then I was like, well, maybe I have to wait for a minute. And I just waited and waited and nothing loaded. So Mad Hack is a complete loss as a game. I can't even do a review of it because there's not even a game. So that sucks. And this one is barely a game. It's barely a game. And the barely a game that it is not fun. It's not enjoyable. It's not good. Look, I have a student who used to play, there's this this game, some of you probably know what I'm talking about, where it's a first-person shooter. It's online. It's one of these games that students can access online, even though they're not supposed to. And it's a first-person shooter, but it's eggs. Like, you are an egg, all of your opponents are eggs, and it's like Call of Duty, but eggs. Anyway, yeah, you might know what I'm talking about. That's a better game. I watched that kid play that game a lot because it was in my homeroom. And so, like, you know, it was not during class time. It's what he was doing when he didn't have anything else to do. And so I watched him play it a lot, and it's a better game. It's free. You can play it for free. I mean, Overwatch 2, which you can also play for free. I haven't played it. People hate it. People are very angry about it. Still a better game. Never played it once, not even for a second, and yet I can tell you it's a better game than this one. Because this game is just bad. It's got a bad feel. It's got a bad vibe. It's bad gameplay, bad character design. Bad, 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 bad. Every checkbox bad. Let me put a final score on it. Okay, the final score for Omega Mouse. It's not good. It is a 1 Atari 5200 controller out of a possible 10 Google Stadia controllers. Wait, but you're mixing and matching controllers. Oh, I know. Yeah, that's to show how bad this game is. But is the Atari 5200 controller a good controller? No, it's awful. This is one of the worst ever made. Buttons all mushy and terrible and can't tell what you're doing half the time. Yeah. Very much reminds me of this game. Mushy, terrible, don't know what you're doing. Anyway, people, don't buy this game. It's terrible. And that's going to do it for this one. I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye.